pay him to play with them, pay a lot of money, because you have a good partner is very important. And after he started learning Taiji, his tennis ability just went skyrocketing because he found the center. And his teacher was telling him about the center, but he couldn't find it in tennis. And through Taiji, he found it.
Yeah, but Taiji, the original is from the military, right?
Taiji originally was from the Chen village.
Chen village, not from the military, not from the Chen village.
No, no.
How the people created the Taijiquan is know anything about the. That's why the Kung Fu always talk about.
Actually, your question I can answer you very readily. Taiji came from the Chen village by the farmers. They were not educated. One day, one farmer called Chen Wangting went to sleep. A very special alien came down and and drilled a hole in his head and injected the serum. He woke up and he knew Chen Taiji. So what it means is that many traditional things came without us ever finding out exactly what and how. Because when you look at Taiji, if you are a scientist, you do mechanics, you will doubt Taiji was created in the Chen village, because the Chen village people are farmers. They were not educated. How did they know about this sophisticated stuff? Not only they couldn't create it, you tell them they won't understand, but their body, they knew how to do it. Yes?
Sorry, I'm from fitness world. I'm not a martial artist.
Fitness?
Fitness world.
Yeah.
So I just because you mentioned method, I was wondering, and he mentioned flexibility. In our world, we call it flexibility without the strength is nothing.
Yeah.
Strength without the flexibility.
The strength is a stretch. It's not just here. You have to stretch to create. Yeah.
To create the strength.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Yeah.
So, flexibility. Some people generally flexible, joint very flexible.
It's flexibility itself is also very. It's also very good. But it has a different. But the people who do flexibility exercises, they don't want to hold. They don't want to fight you. Pardon me?
My question is, what is the method to gain both flexibility and the strength? And do you have any particular method?
Yes, it's called Chen style Taijiquan. Not finished yet. Chen style Taijiquan practical method foundations. So I will show you some foundations exercises. So lock here. You notice there is no movement. It's from the rotation here, forcing the arm out. Rotation. I push my foot. This push causes the body to do this, but I lock it. This energy is trapped. It goes into my finger.
Which part we lock? Shoulder or?
The entire body.
Entire body.
Otherwise, watch. We know how to do this. Pardon me?
Shoulder from shoulder.
The power is always generated from your foot touching the ground. But if you have no lock, the power goes like this. Or, can you see, goes like this. You lock it, it has to go out. Has to go out. And once you have some feeling of how to control it, as if your arm is inside a tube. Otherwise, can you see? You can do all sorts of things. It's inside a tube. And then you control here, use this as a moderator to activate this direction. And now, see, look. It's not like this. It comes from here.
I have a question. We lock the whole body.
Yeah.
What about the waist?
Lock.
Lock.
No. Let me further explain. Lock means like the bullet in the barrel. Control, not moving.
So it's a cock.
Pardon me? Cock. So that it's directed.
Oh, it's like.
So, directed. So here, can you see? Free. But there's a tube. So the method, put your finger here. There's a dot. Can you see? Random. Watch. The entire arm.
But why you still twist there?
Yeah, well, this has to move to generate power. This power generated goes through a little tube. It fires like a gun. If this is free, it's just.
But what about different about this practice type, the Chen style? You created a series about stretching between your one and the Yi Jing Jing. Because Yi Jing Jing also similar like.
Never heard of Yi Jing Jing in my life before.
Really?
The reason is because when I say that, is that I'm demonstrating my opinion that we don't compare.
Not comparing,
Yeah.
just
It's
by my knowledge.
but this is a human method, and for martial art, it's a fallacy. So when I looked at you, a normal person will say, "Wow, that was very powerful." Then all I can say, according to Taiji, that sucks. Right? Don't do that, because in your form, that's required. For me, I don't know what the requirements are. Like Yi Jingjing, I read a book and saw some Shaolin monks. I have a friend who does that. Every time he teaches, I go to a room to have coffee. Because I'm not going to learn it. I'm not going to forcefully learn a little bit and start telling people I know about it. I must concentrate on my profession and understand it. It's like the same as saying, you can't listen to me and say, well, that's not very good in English. It didn't sound like Australian English. It has nothing to do with each other. It's just a tool for communication. When I live in Canada, I have to speak like this. Because if I try to imitate your sound, they'll say like, what's wrong with you? All right? Like when she went to the mountain, I just felt there was something wrong with her.
You guys have no idea that I had the worst time up there. Everyone gave me such bad time about my accent.
Because we all learn English, American English.
I was born here and I have an American accent, so don't worry. I feel your pain.
Yeah, you watch a lot of movies?
No. My father is American.
Yeah,
So I grew up listening to it.
No, it's just your assumptions, right? Because I look at her, she looks like, my wife was born in Canada, Chinese. And all the Chinese people in Canada speak Canadian English, right? And she looks just like all my friends. And something comes out, it didn't sound right. So my idea is when you learn something, do not compare. The reason is because many people say that I teach Taiji in a scientific way. No. It happens to make some sense to people. Because the basic foundations of Taiji are not the basic foundations of science. Science can compare because the basic parameters are exactly identical, not similar. So when you do chemistry, you have to use a science to calculate. Mathematics. In your math, 1 + 1 is not 5. Throughout this world we live in, the foundations for science are the same. When you say 32 caliber steel is the same in America, same here, same in Europe. And your steel is not the same. Your steel is not from trees. So because you have totally identical foundations, you can compare. Because when you use a term, it's the same. In martial art, no. Because mine, let's say, is about twisting. Yours is about gouging his eyes out. And when I say you've got to get his elbow, and they say, why? I don't care about the elbow. I look at his eyes and see whether I can take it out. And so I can't say, well, your martial art doesn't work because the guy can be blind, but the best martial art breaks his arm, and you never broke his arm. Now you see, so Taiji is very cultural. So in Chen style Taiji, we encourage people to fall down backward on the head. And in other styles, they'll say, no, you don't do that. It's like you pull and he falls down and breaks his nose and gets up, or you just punch him right here. Now you understand you can't compare, because not only that if you punch me, and I'll sue you. Like, why did you punch me? Like, we're Taiji people, why can't we just go like this? And it's like, oh, it's about balance. You push me, I got rid of it. Push again, so I lost balance. You won, okay? We count. This is our exercise. And there's no right or wrong, no good or bad. This is our exercise. You must excel in the thing you do. You can't say, well, I didn't see any blood. So I'm just using what you're saying, that sometimes you can compare, but most of the time in martial art you can't. Because martial art, first of all, it's an art. If it's an art, what do we do here? I'm not knowledgeable. You heard of a guy called Da Vinci?
Yeah, Da Vinci, yeah.
Do you think he's better than Chen Zhonghua? Because I do calligraphy. My students will buy my calligraphy over Da Vinci's whatever. Because in their heart they want...
I'm still talking about the martial arts.
Yeah.
stretching, kung fu kicking.
I just told you in
I'm
my.
talking about Da Vinci, or I'm talking about. I try to.
I just explained to you in my school. If you come in and stretch, my teacher said get out. If you don't get out, some young guys break his leg. Because we don't do that, and you can't say, but in our school, our grandmaster says you have to do that. You can't cross.
Why it's not important?
Pardon me?
Maybe why it's not important.
When you are in a life and death situation, you go like this?
But prevent injury, maybe, if you're
Okay. Okay. What's your name?
Akiko.
I'm going to kill you. Are you going to say, Master Chen, I have to warm up?
No, so for you, flexibility, stretch is warm up.
Pardon me? No.
No,
Yilu is warm up.
because
Yilu is warm up.
Our form.
Our form.
Yeah, the form part.
Yeah. So what I just did here, this is warm up.
Yeah.
I use this to warm everything up. And
like when you feel this way,
yeah,
if you're not just flexibility, but also reflection is important.
yeah.
But if
When you fall like that, you die.
no,
Yeah.
if your body is prepared,
Yeah.
you will not hit head.
But
Yeah.
the form opens the joints, it gets
Yeah.
blood moving, it pulls on the tendons and the muscles, and it encourages blood flow.
Yeah.
So when they move,
Means
and
already
they-
flexible.
Yeah, like the article
because
said before.
when you see him do his stance, and he's open and slow, and he's opening his hip,
Have enough
everything.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Gearbox.
But
Yeah.
all he has to do is
So we
is
gotta
repeat
control each
and
body
repeat
part.
over and
Yeah.
over again.
It's like a second. So if I'm a
Okay.
first people,
all
Yeah,
designed
I'll
for
answer
function.
that. Okay, everybody. Let's continue. The gearbox is one of the things that is very, very important in the practical method system, because when you have a gearbox, you have two adjacent levers. When we say a rotation is a complete 360-degree lever. So when you got a little stick like that little rod here, the pod. Okay. So when we have this here, and you have a pivot, you have two ends. When you go like this here, all the way, 360, this is a rotation. Our body cannot do this. Our body can roughly do this, and it cannot go over. You fall down because we don't have a pivot like this. We have 2 feet. And because of that, we must always want to find a way to switch. So you want to do this here, and then there is another part of your body. Can you see I can only do this much? And if I do more, I can't finish it. And so while doing this here, I do another one with the waist in here. So this one starts from the elbow going into my hand. This one starts from the waist going to this quad, front quad. So can you see here? 2 balls, one here, but doing 1/4 of a circle. And because you cannot finish it, what we do is now here, I use this one as a locking device. I stop, and then this one can continue. Otherwise, both of them, then I have to break apart.
so finding a balance.
Yeah.
One is locked,
Through, pardon me, yeah.
One part is locked.
Yeah, the other one can continue.
This part helps this part
Yeah.
go through this.
So our basic mode of operation for all humans is, can you see here? It stops, and then here. So if you look at yourself, all humans have this ability. This is the only ability physically that we are on 100%. If we are 99%, very soon you have knee problems, you have many problems, spinal, everything. Meaning, when you're here, as you walk, something slips underneath. So we have 100% grip. Can you see it never moves one little bit? Even if your body is like this, your foot is 100%. This is called the yin-yang separation. This foot is 100% free. This foot is 100% firm. And when you go quickly, that transfer is, all humans have that ability. Meaning if you're Australian, you can speak Australian English. You have that ability, not special. We have to transfer that to the rest of the body.
Yeah, but kung fu kick still one.
No, we are not doing Kung Fu, by the way.
Yeah, I'm talking about the
No, by the way, we're not doing Kung Fu.
kung fu is not belong to. It's a big name about the Taiji.
I don't know. Kung Fu is a very important thing. Now, I'm not a Kung Fu teacher.
Now, kung fu is a big name about
Yeah.
the martial artist.
No, I'm not a Kung Fu teacher. I don't understand that word.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Thank you.
Yeah. I know there is a Kung Pao chicken. I never heard of Kung Fu before. Kung Pao Jiding. You go to a Chinese restaurant, there is a chicken called the Kung Pao chicken. Yeah.
陈师傅，你
Yeah.
好，我因为时间可能不太够，
哎
快速问一下，那个裁裂肘靠那个几个劲儿比较
这个 yeah. So 裁 is when you are using here, if I move the whole arm as one piece is 捋. If I accelerate the speed here and disallow acceleration here is 裁. It causes here. 咧 is as I do this here, I pretend to fight him, but now he powers up. So I lock him with his power. Then I intentionally lock him without moving him. I only use here. Go like here. You break the middle. This is 裁, this is 咧. Yeah. Zhou is elbow strike. Kao is whole body strike. So whole body strike, you go like this here. Yeah. So instead of, can you see this here? I move my entire body. Like this here. So you don't just use one place. Zhou is, yeah. So if you want to try the zhou, you go also like this here. You want to, yeah, see here? So this is elbow. But if I use here, the body locks. Go.